those that don't know your story, tell us a bit about where you were before you came to Palace last summer.
Being a professional footballer was the dream. Unfortunately, the dream got cut short. The objective never changed. I still had to become the best version of myself and build something great. Welcome to ATAP.
I'm currently 25 years old. I'm the CEO here at ATAC Sourcing, and originally ATAC Sourcing was never the actual plan. I did once have a dream, and that dream was to be a professional football player. So the dream all started probably when I could start walking, honestly. My dad, he loved football. Unfortunately, he didn't make it as a pro. He put everything into trying to get me to be the top athlete I could be. He sacrificed everything for me. So yeah, from the age of 3, we was going park all the time playing football. I joined my first Sunday League grassroots team called Long Lane FC at the age of like 7. I met loads of good friends there, loads of footballers who have gone on to excel. And actually, I spent 3 years there playing football tournaments, playing in the leagues, competitive, trying to win tournaments, win this, win that. So yeah, I joined District as well. So District, I started playing for them, and I do remember I was in like year 5 going into year 6, and that's when I signed my first deal with Charlton Athletic Academy. I was there for 10s all the way up to under 16s. Had a very good time there. Unfortunately, me, even though I'm quite tall now, I'm like 6'1", when I was at Charlton, I was always the smallest boy in the room. So I was probably like 5'3", 5'4" at most. And when it got to that decision at 16s to decide whether I'm gonna get a scholar or not, unfortunately I got told I wouldn't be getting a scholarship due to physical attributes, which was fine. That was a tough pill to swallow, especially because my dream was being a footballer. I just bounced back. I went on trial to numerous clubs. I found myself at Millwall, Watford, Crawley, like numerous clubs, you name it, I was there. Unfortunately, didn't get scholars anywhere until I found myself in like a school football program because I was adamant football is what I wanted to do. So yeah, spent a year there. That was like my first year scholar, in theory. At this school football program. I didn't decide to go to college because I was adamant football was my focus. So I spent a year there, worked hard, and actually earned myself another trial, a team called Barnet. They was in Football League 2 at the time, so it was a great decision to go there, go on trial and hopefully earn a scholarship. Unfortunately, due to funding reasons, they couldn't offer me a scholarship. So what that means for people that don't know is they offered me a contract, but it was a schoolboy. So it meant that I could play there, be signed as a normal player, but I wasn't getting funded. So actually I was spending money out of my own pocket to play for Barnet due to travel and all the costs in that aspect. It was a great team, met good people. I ended up going out on loan to a team called Whiteleaf, who was Ryman League at the time, and that was a great experience, especially I was only 17 at the time, so I was playing with grown men, getting experience in that aspect, and it was good. So upon returning to Barnet FC, again, it was the crunch time, it was decision time. Am I gonna get a pro contract or not? Unfortunately, the news was bad. I wasn't gonna get a pro deal. So again, it was another kick in the teeth to the Charlton releasing me, all the trial teams saying no to me, and Barnet, unfortunately, now releasing me as well. My old coach found out, the coach at Whiteleaf, and he actually gave me a call in shock because he said I'd done very well with them. And he said to me, but Tyler, listen, if you can get a heart scan, he can get me a trial at Crystal Palace. So again, it was music to my ears. I couldn't believe it, but I said, of course, like 100%. So I called my mum, I called my dad. I said I need to get a heart scan because potentially I could be going on trial to Crystal Palace. They was over the moon as well, so we literally rushed. I remember going to Lewisham Hospital, I got the heart scan done, I sent it across to them, and there you go, I was in with Palace, first day of pre-season. And for those of you that don't know, in football, the first day of pre-season is probably the worst day in the season. It's complete running, there's no footballs, it's fitness testing, it's sprint testing, and that was what I was in for. So just being released from Barnet, coming into a top flight team, doing that fitness testing was a challenge. I struggled, but again, I got through it, and it was on to the first game of the season. So the first game of the season was with the manager, so it was actually the first team manager at the time, Frank de Boer. So I got told I was playing the first game of pre-season against Maidstone FC. So the first team manager, Frank de Boer at the time, took the game. I was covered in nerves, but I was excited as well. I was ready to prove that I should be here. So we started the game, I started, done very well, and I actually got an assist that game. So I was buzzing with the result, we won the game, and again, that led me to then get told by Richard Shaw, the 23s manager, that I was doing very well. They was extremely happy, but they wanted me to come on tour with them to Belgium and then hopefully get signed for my pro deal. So in Belgium was amazing experience, never done anything like it before. We went on tour there to go and do like a training camp, play against some of the Belgium teams. Again, done extremely well on trial. I come back, I got told I'm gonna have a meeting. I was nervous because normally these meetings never end well for me. However, I was surprised. I got signed for a 2-year deal at Crystal Palace FC. So that 2 years was a massive, massive, massive eye-opener for me. I was playing amongst some of the best players in football. Wilfried Zaha, at the time, he was thriving, amazing talent. I was with the 23s, there was spectacular players in there. And again, it was just an amazing lifestyle. Training, you get breakfast made for you, you get lunch made for you, you've got physios there, you've got people cutting your toenails, you've got people giving you massages. Just an amazing experience, amazing lifestyle. I spent the first year there, done extremely well, captained the side for the second half of the season, and we actually went on to win the whole league, buzzing with that. Then got told, instead of me getting my option, they just renewed a new contract. So I got a brand new deal for another year, which again, I was buzzing for. In that second year, it was a bit more difficult. I ended up going on loan to a team called Kingstonian for the first 6 months. It was gonna be for the full year, but I only wanted to do 6 months. I felt like I needed to get back to Crystal Palace to try and prove that I should be here and hopefully get a new deal. Again, towards the end of the season, things just wasn't going quite my way. I had a meeting at the end of the season and unfortunately got told I wasn't gonna be getting a new deal. However, I've heard that before. It didn't faze me, it didn't bother me. I was ready to just keep going because now I was at Premier League club, Crystal Palace. I was sure that I'd have a career in football and I'd find any club to go into and just work my way back in. So I got a call from my agent. They told me actually QPR wanted me to come in. So I went into QPR towards the end of the season because Crystal Palace let me leave a bit early so I can try different clubs. So I went QPR, had a good experience there. It was just wrong place, wrong timing, if that makes sense. QPR did want me before I went Palace. However, at the time I went to QPR, it just wasn't quite looking for a player like myself, which was fine. I had a phone call again from my agent to say, Ty, listen, like pre-season, I think we're good. We can go Crawley first team. There's a few other clubs to mention, and I was buzzing for it. However, when people say injuries do happen, now I actually fully understand. Yeah, it was June, so I was still legally contracted to Crystal Palace. But what happened was, I've gone to have a little kickabout with some of my other professional football player friends. And during that kickabout, I've done a back heel. But as I've done the back heel, I straight away felt like a little ping in my hamstring. I dropped straight to the floor. I've never had an injury as bad. I straight away knew something wasn't right there. I did try and go into Crystal Palace off-season and see if there was any help I could get. Unfortunately, because I was out of contract, they basically said there wasn't much they could do for me, which, all right, then that's fine. So I had to try and kind of get this rehab sorted by myself. Didn't know exactly who to ask for help, where to go. But yeah, so I spent 2 years probably trying to battle this injury. Mentally, it was draining. Physically, it was hard because you're getting physio tell you this, physio tell you that. Like, I had 5 different physios tell me all different things with the injury. And it was only after the 2 years when I found out, actually, I can get a scan from a company called the PFA, which is for professional football players and ex-professional football players, to then find out that actually my hamstring, because of the rehab, just was never correctly done. I've now got scar tissue, which is massive, basically. I've got a massive ball of scar tissue in my hamstring, which, yes, I could make that better and I probably could get back into football, but mentally I just was completely done with it. I put on weight, fell out of love with the game, and it was a tough pill to swallow, but it made me who I am today. So when I come to realisation that football was actually finished for me, I did kind of go to a very low stage in my life, but I've always had the resilience in me, and I've always tried to be a winner. So I said to myself, Tyler, snap out of it, we'll make something work. So I found numerous ways to try and find something that's gonna change my life. The success I saw as a footballer, I said to myself, I'm gonna make sure if I don't get that, I'm gonna get even better. So again, I had good friends around me, I'm doing nice things, lovely things, and I just said, I know this is possible. Like, there's no way, just because I'm not playing football, it doesn't mean I can't become the next multi-millionaire or the next successful entrepreneur or whatever it can be. Found numerous things to do. I tried to start my own massage gun company, so I started selling massage guns. Done quite well with that. I sold that company on. Then I got into streaming actually, and that was actually very successful, to be fair. I had 250 subscribers paying £5 each to watch me play, and I loved every moment of it. It was just very time consuming, so it kind of held me back in other things I wanted to do. And actually from streaming, that's when I met Rush Millions. a famous artist, made some of the biggest songs in the country, and actually he brought me on board to start music. When I say start music, I didn't actually make music. Nope, I'm not a rapper, but what I did do is get into like music management. I enjoyed that. That was a great path as well. It opened my eyes to a whole other industry. I met some very good people in the industry, and I just kept on building my network. I didn't know why, I just know that network is net worth, so I wanted to just keep on expanding. Music industry is still good. I manage Seb's Beats, and he's a producer, and he's doing extremely well right now. I've got my own studio as well actually, so I've got my own studio where you can go record, make some music, chill out with your friends. So yeah, during all of this as well, trying to find things, my good close friend Kenneth Yao, he come to me as well with a proposal. He was actually developing his own social media app. It was a crazy idea at the time. When he explained it to me, I loved every bit of it. And I said 100%, I'd be more than honored to be involved in it. The app's called Click. It might be out now, may not, but if not, it's coming out very soon. Yeah, it's a brilliant app. You'll see more about it soon. Going back to the situation with my money, I needed some money to be a bit more consistent because like I said, I had bills to pay. So I said to myself, I need to get a job, but I didn't want to just get any job. I wanted a job that I can learn a skill from and a job that I'm in control of what I make. Hence why I got a job in car sales. So yeah, the job in car sales, I was working at Hyundai. Again, my manager there, Vanessa, I got a big shout out to her because she was absolutely amazing. She taught me so much in the car sales game and just how to sell a product or sell cars. For me, it wasn't about selling the cars. It was more of a thing of, I wanted a job because it's commission based. So if I don't work, I don't get paid. I know I'm gonna work and I'm gonna work the hardest, so I know I'm gonna get a good paycheck. And two, I love speaking to people. So I didn't see it as I'm trying to knock you or sell your car and take all your money. I just saw it as you're Billy or you're Rob or you're Jaden. I'm Tyler, nice to meet you. It's just interactions with people. I love that. I like speaking to people, so I thought let's give it a go. And I've done extremely well there, to be fair. Was flying from the month I started. Was selling the most cars every month. Loved every bit of it. And then it just started ticking, and I just said to myself, I need a bit more time. I just want to be a bit more free. I didn't like the fact that I was making a company so much money and I was only getting 10% of it. So I said to myself, surely there must be a way that where I can help more people and actually just make all the money for myself. Hence, A-Tap Sourcing was born. So the team in A-Tap Sourcing is obviously myself, Tyler Brown, CEO of A-Tap Sourcing, my business partner, Taylor Maloney, involved in A-Tap Sourcing, and we've also got Jamie Maskell, who handles all the inquiries, gets the deals done with us as well. Our special cameraman, Ray Zeno, he's special on the camera, does all the videos, does all the editing. To be fair, we're a small little group. I think that works well because it means that we can be more personal and more organic with you as a customer. Again, if you have any questions, any inquiries, feel free to drop us a WhatsApp, give us a call. I know it's been a long video, thank you for tuning in, and hopefully we can help you get your new car. Cheers.